Well, friends, we got our first snowfall last night. It came down pretty heavy, but it's not sticking. You can see up there in the horse's pasture that it's still covered with snow there, but the yard is pretty well melted away. Got a little bit up there by the ridge line, but it's just reminding me that I still have some unfinished business here at Heartwood. The horse's water tank has a heater in it, but the heater's not connected to electricity because there's no electricity near the tank. So the solution for the interim is I'm going to run a extension cord from the tank. I have a 100-foot extension cord that I'm going to run to the garage. Now, the problem that I'm facing is that the previous owner, or maybe the owner previous to the previous owner, ran some wiring to get electricity in the garage, but what they did, it had to have been a temporary measure because it comes out of the house back there, comes around the corner underground and comes out right here, goes into this gray junction box that you see right here, and then out of there it goes to this muddy mess of a receptacle right here. Now I've got the breaker turned off, so I got to clean that mess up because there are actually two circuits here. One was for a doghouse that one of the previous owners had set here, and the other circuit runs from that junction box over to the garage up in there. The problem is it's 12 gauge wire. The distance from the house to the garage is about 200 feet, and there's quite a voltage drop between the house and the garage for running things such as compressors and stuff like that. So I thought maybe I could pull some heavier gauge wire through the conduit, but as you can see, this conduit is pretty small. I can't do that. So I don't know why they ran 12 gauge wire, but they did, so that's what I'm stuck with. So what I'm going to do is, for the chickens, I'm going to put a heated watering system right here on this little cement pad that's going to get plugged into this receptacle, because there are two separate circuits there. So I can run the chicken's water heater off of that, and then I'll run the horse's water heater off of the garage. So let's go take a look at the garage. And let's see. I'll open these doors to get some natural lighting in. I do have lights here, but I turned the breakers off, so let me get this other garage door open. I turned the breakers off because I wasn't sure which one was for the dirty, muddy circuit and which one was for the garage. So now I want to show you something interesting, because it's going to be hard to see because I have stuff in front of this, but right down in there are four conduits, one coming from the outside and the other three going to different locations in the garage. We have one over on that wall, one over there, and then there's one behind the air compressor, but they're not wired to anything yet. So it looks like they had good intentions of getting something going here, but it never happened. To the far right, it looks like we have some kind of a water supply line, but there's no pressure on it, so I'm not sure what that's all about. So you kids need to get out of here. All right, so what I'm going to do, though, because the cord isn't long enough to run from the run-in shelter into the garage through the door or anything like that, I am going to have to pop a hole through this metal siding so that I can get the extension cord in the back of the garage. And then I'll temporarily plug it with some putty. There, of course, would be much better solutions, but right now the name of the game is just getting that water heater running so that the horses can have water. And I'll worry about this problem when the spring comes. I'll probably dig up a trench in the yard here, put all new wiring in for the garage. So, because you know, it's really interesting. There is a panel right there that was in here. This panel is an electrical panel, as you can see. So they intended to electrify this garage. It just never happened. So we're going to take care of that, folks, but not in the cold weather. Not right now, anyway. All right, so I found the receptacle. The center of the garage is this bulge right here. And I'm going to go just to the left of that with this hole saw. We're on hammer drill, I think. Let's see here. Let's back that off. All right, there we go. All right, so now we're going to head up here to the run-in shelter and we're going to get our cord started. Hey, Scout. Hey, buddy. I know you want hay. That's all you want, right? Is that what you want? He's camera shy. So, okay. Here we are. And as you can see, we have ice forming on the surface. They can crack it right now, but we're gonna make it so they don't have to do that. All right, so this is the cord I have. Now, let me tell you something. It's 12 gauge wire going to the garage. So I didn't buy 12 gauge wire extension cord. This is a 10 gauge. The idea being I want to put as little load onto that 12 gauge wire as possible to make it up to this heater. So I want to give the best chance of this heater working without blowing a breaker or overheating anything. So, all right, set that right there. So what I am going to do is going to make sure that this does not get to lay in the snow. So I'm going to use the same wire here to support the cord like that. So it may get wet, but it won't soak. Now there's about a 4-foot drop off there, so I'm gonna have to go to the bottom of it. This area here, this was all one slope at one point. I found some good fill dirt in here. This is a shale. It's clay and crushed sandstone. I mean, man, it's awesome. It's been great for use around here. There's plenty more to go. I've got another 12 feet of it up there yet, so all right. Sure hope we make it. I need to move the canine out of the way. smell of fresh diesel fuel in the morning. It's beautiful. All right, I think I'll go in front of the K9 with this. K9 normally sits right about there. Oh, we have plenty. This is perfect. Perfect. All right, so what I'm gonna do is feed this through into the garage. You guys want to see this? Come on over here. I mean, there's nothing to see, right? It's not rocket science, but I don't want you guys to be lonely though, so okay. I know how it gets out there in YouTube land, you know, things, you get kind of lonely when the cameraman leaves you alone. All right, so I'm just gonna feed this stuff through. And I may have room to run this further out beyond the implements that I'm going to need to get to when I need to. So, yeah, because see, I have all these implements sitting out here, and I know I'm going to need those two right there. Those are my most important snow removal ones. So I'm going to run all this on the other side of this stuff. How does that sound? I'm not going to be able to get it behind. Oh, no, I guess I said I needed this. That's a brush cutter. I won't need that. I just need that and the land leveler here. Hey, Andy Shirley, are you out there still? Haven't seen you in the comments lately. How are things down in Georgia? Old Unadilla. Love hearing from you, buddy. Okay, I think that's gonna do. So folks, okay, so that's got the cord run. I'm gonna go plug it in, turn the breaker on, and hopefully, we'll cross our fingers, hopefully the circuit breaker will not trip. Let me see if I can get around this Jeep. So it's plugged in right back there. You want to see? See, it's right there. It's plugged in. The plug above that is for my lighting. I have two lights in here, one right there and one right there. So let's go turn the breaker on. All right, now I think the legend says, let me turn some lights on. The legend says number 7's taped off for some reason. Number 9 has tractor building receptacles and doghouse receptacles. I think those are backwards. It's a double circuit breaker. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the doghouse receptacle on, and let's go see if the lights came on, shall we? Ah, yeah. Do you see lights? Yeah. Yep. Yep. Lights are on out there. Yep. Yep, they are. Let's take a close-up look. See those lights back there? They're on. That's a cool thing. That means the heater's running, and it hasn't blown a breaker yet. So, all right. All right, so now to get the chickens taken care of, I bought this pretty cool little poultry watering system. It has 3 of these little nipple things. They're spring-loaded valves that just allow them to poke it and get some water out. So I can fill this with water, and it has a built-in base heater. So I'm going to fill it up with some water. Well, I'll tell you what, it's colder than a witch's little finger out here. Phew. Okay. So I said I'm going to go ahead and put this here for them. It's a nice hard surface. And I'll turn it so that the valves are facing them when they come around. They don't have to walk through all this mud. Now the problem I have is that receptacle right there is a mess. Let me get a rag. Okay, I'm sure glad you folks are here, because If you weren't, I'd be pretty bored. I get bored silly when Susie's at work and I'm here alone, so even if I have stuff to do, it's just nice to have, you know, someone to talk to. So thanks for being here for me. Appreciate that. Boy, this is pretty messed up with mud. I'd like to just spray this with water. Maybe I will. You guys are probably thinking, what do you mean spray it with water? It's electrical. Yeah, I know. But I've got the breaker turned off. And I'm not going to soak it in water. I'll just... I don't think I need it though, folks. I don't think I need to do it. I'm not going to do it. Don't worry, okay? Don't call 911 yet. All right. Cool. All right, so now let me put this piece of conduit back in place. This is really a mess. I should have cleaned this up this summer when I had a chance, but it's going to have to wait. I'll put this all in a plastic bag or some kind of protective container. So let me plug this in. It's plugged in, and I don't think this is GFCI, so I don't know if it's tripped or not. Let me get this to where no water's going to go down in this conduit. That'll work for now. All right, so I need a plastic bag, something to protect this, and then we'll be good to go. Let me first of all turn the breaker on, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, okay. Turn this light back on. Okay, this time it's going to be this upper breaker. Hey, it didn't trip. That's a good sign. Good sign. Let's go see what's going on outside. Okay, so here we are, friends. Got a Ziploc bag. Oh, by the way, we're going to check the circuit. Looks hot to me. Yep, that's good. Hot circuit. I don't know if we can tell if the heater's on or not here. Hard to say. And it won't matter, I don't think, if snow gets in there, right? Because it'll melt. So I'm going to wrap this in a plastic bag. Like so. I will attempt to zip it, and then I will tape it with some duct tape. Okay, now if the GFCI should trip, I can still get to that through here. But then I'm going to take this and put it over the top of that. And there we are. Okay, chicks. It's all yours. Have fun. Stay healthy. Lay eggs. Except for the rooster. Okay. Well, friends, that's about it for today. Thanks for coming along for the ride. We're going to see how all this works, see if the chickens stay happy, see if the horse's watering tank stays unfrozen. We're going to check all that out. We'll follow up later today, make sure no breakers are tripped and no fires have started. I got to go back still and plug that hole in the back of the garage. I'll take care of that with a little bit of plumbing putter. I'll take care of that with a little plumbing putty. And we should be good until spring there. And then who knows what's going to happen next. Folks, here's where I say to you all, hit the like button if you like the video. If you don't like the video, don't do anything. I mean, don't hit the dislike button because it doesn't work. YouTube broke it many moons ago, so I don't even know why it's there. So get rid of that idea right now. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Thank you, all 1,000 of you, every one of you. I wish I could personally shake every one of your hands, give you all a big old bear hug or whatever it takes to let you know I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you so much for your comments. Leave more comments, please, more comments. I get bored here at this place, I do. It's solitude for sure. It's kind of like, you know, solitary confinement sometimes when Susie's gone, because I have nobody to talk to except the chickens and the horses, and they don't talk back usually. And if they do, I think I'm gonna freak out. But so, yep. And that also brings me to this, folks. Thanks for watching my videos. Be kind out there. You know what kindness can do. Love always wins. I'll see you in another video very soon, or not. Bye.